I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Super Sons, issue number 2. What kind of horrifying mystery have Jonathan and Damian got themselves wrapped up in? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Okay then, so if you'll recall, at the very beginning of the last issue, there was a very weird little scene where we saw a family in some sort of weird, almost sitcom-looking set. We check in with that same family at the beginning of this issue, only things have changed considerably. Mainly the son, who is able to split into different versions of himself, is killing all the other members of his family. So I guess it's not a TV show they were filming, or if they are, man, this got really dark during sweeps week. Now back over with Robin and Superboy, they're still at the mercy of a reformed Lex Luthor who caught them trying to break into his company. The funny thing is that the kids have no idea Lex is wholly reformed, nor does Luthor have very much of a frame of reference for these two super kids. He knows of them, but he doesn't really know what their deals are. Actually, come to think of it, I'm pretty sure he just assumes these are kids in costumes doing a prank and not actual kids of superheroes. In classic D-bag Damian fashion, Robin says, "Hey John, why don't you fly around and distract Luthor while I break into the building?" Oh, you can't fly? Oh man, you think I would have picked up on that by now. Oops. This means Luthor has to go out of his way to fly on down and save the son of Superman. This diversion allows Damian to break on into Luthor's secret subterranean lab. Shockingly, he's not up to anything illegal or creepy, but Damian does manage to get what he's after, and that is the security footage that was being kept down there. As you might have guessed, John Boy is a little disappointed in his quote-unquote friend Damian throwing him to the wolves like that and basically using him as a smokescreen. Then you're reminded, wait, isn't that exactly how Batman uses Robin? Oh man, is Superboy officially Damian's Robin now? Is that how they want this relationship to go? If so, that's hilarious. John, using his super sight, manages to go through all the security tapes and find out the one thing they have in common. All these break-ins of major tech businesses in Metropolis were pulled off by the same kid. A kid who, get this, was able to be in multiple places at once. Damian, able to cross-reference with the Bat computer, is able to discover that this kid is none other than Kid Amazo. Who is Kid Amazo? Well, for that, you need to remember the events of the Jeff Johns Amazo virus storyline from the Justice League book, which is both a nice continuity pull and a good way to tie it all back to Luthor. The Amazo virus, for those of you who don't remember, was developed from the old Amazo android who could copy the powers of superheroes. People got sick and died who contracted the virus, but before that they actually got amazing superpowers of their very own. For the most part, the powers were cured and went away, but for a small family, they actually got to retain their powers. Doing so made them something of local celebrities, but it was clear this family was dysfunctional long before they ever became super, so it's no surprise that one of their kids snapped and killed the others. Damian and John find the bodies that were made at the beginning of the issue, and in a nice little bit of characterization there, the Superboy freaks the hell out. He's not used to seeing corpses like this. Damian, of course, is still just as jaded and cynical as ever and tells his friend, "Hey, you better buck up, buddy. In this superhero gig, you gotta see a lot of dead bodies, so you better get used to it now." Damian goes into full detective mode and realizes that there's actually one or two people missing from the massacre. John just so happens to run into the little girl in the forest, but as the comic winds down, we see that super dads are ready to make the scene as well. Super Sons number 2 was another super fun, super compelling, super chill comic book story. Damian and John have an excellent back and forth that Tomasi plays with really well here. They're fire and ice, they're matter and antimatter, they're cynical and optimistic. I also really enjoyed the addition of a Kid Amazo. I think it's interesting that these kid heroes should battle a kid villain. Moreover than that, I'm sure the theme of family will play big into this story. Beyond that, I'm not really sure what else to say about the comic except that it was a damn fine, solid time, which is why I give it an 8 out of 10. So there you have it, everybody. Super Sons issue number 2 all tied up in a nice little bow. If you like the video and want to see what else I have on offer at the channel, please think about clicking one of these other videos. Or if you'd like to stay up to date and know exactly when the next Robin and Superboy adventure are coming out, then please, by all means, follow me on social media. You can find links to all my important stuff down in the description of this very video. And hey, if you like comic book podcasts, I'm on plenty of them. There's the Weekly Pull, which you can listen to on Twitter Twitch live at 5:30 every Tuesday. The Pull also on Twitch on Thursday at 5:30, where we talk about the comics that we read from the week that was, and of course the Comic Multiverse and Elseworlds exchange, which you can find over on Comic Pop and the Comic Multiverse SoundCloud page. So until we meet again, everyone, I'm Cape Joel, and I will see you in the next video.